Hi, my name is Jax Krishnamurthy. I'm the CTO at Object Edge, a San Francisco Bay Area based digital consultancy helping manufacturing enterprises with digital transformation, workflow automation, and AI adoption. We focus on business outcomes for our customers than just the technology implementations. We are also partners with Palantir, and we have been helping customers adopt Palantir with pilots to showcase the value that Palantir platform can deliver to our manufacturing customers.
Hi, I would like to show you today an automotive pilot that we did for a large automotive manufacturer to help their customers seamlessly book using data that gives them real-time recommendations as well as seamless booking process. And one of the things that our customer wanted was to make the process very personalized, that it's able to identify the user, their cars, as well as ability for us to offer a lot of in additional services based on the telemetry data. So it has to be very personalized process, at the same time it's very seamless. What I'm going to be demoing today is using a WhatsApp channel, and you can, let's go to this WhatsApp here that I have, and you will see that there is a chat agent here called Object Edge Automotive, and here you can start with just interacting as a customer. I'm interacting as a customer just by saying hi, and it's going to come back with some information. But before it comes back, let's go look at what's going on underneath, and then we'll switch back and forth as this conversation takes. It's happening in real time inside Palantir, so we can look at like what's going on. So I already got the message, but we'll get there. Uh, you can see that the trigger that comes from WhatsApp using connector, there is a webhook, and we use that webhook to go get the maintenance details. We collect the data, and we already pre-calculate for some of the customers services that would be required, what are the services that should be upsold, optional services, things like that. So we get all this information. And then there is this ontology that we have, should be in one of these tabs here. You can see in the data lineage here that we have the vehicle, and vehicle has many service orders that it has had before, and also it has the customer, the model, like what you would expect in a automotive scenario. You have all the logs, services, like I said before, the dealers, the schedule of the dealers, all of these things are part of the ontology. And then the data itself comes from outside. It comes from Google. There is also streaming data that comes from Google that can be used, and these orders are all synced into the ontology within Palantir. Anyway, but let's go back to WhatsApp. Like, we'll come back to this. When I click on this, you see it identifies me, and then say, how can I help? I'm just going to say service, because I'm looking to service the vehicle. So let's give it a few seconds here, and then we'll go back to looking at the ontology. Then I say service here. What happens is, again, the same flow, the webhook flow, and there's a session that's established here. The session gets passed on, and it already identified me as with my phone number, that is where I'm messaging from, and it's going to pull up my cars, and that's the model that I showed you already, from the customer to vehicles. And then it's automatically identified one of my cars, and it says that the 20,000 kilometer service is required, and should I just go ahead and do the full list and optional items for mandatory items for this service. I say sure. Let's get to the next step. So while it is doing this, let's go back to the webhook that we are looking at, right? And from here, when we were looking at the get maintenance notification, so I already have that over here. Sorry, this one. So this is the webhook, and when I get maintenance notifications, you can see that this AIP logic function, it has multiple steps. And one of the important steps that I want to highlight here is the predictive analysis that has happened before. It uses that information, and then it also uses the vehicle, gets the vehicle data, and provides that back to a step where it will be calculating or responding using LLM to the customer. So let's go back and see what it said. Now it says, like, here's the full list of mandatory items. Here are the things that need to be changed, and then here are the optional items, right? And let's to read more. And it says it's an estimate. It also gives you the time, which is all coming from the dealer data. Prices are all coming from the dealer data that we saw by the service item. And then it also gives the recommendations while it is upselling the additional recommended items. It says why some of them are more important. All of this is done with a LLM underneath, and then we can just go with what it is recommending. So proceed to schedule this maintenance. I can say proceed. Again, there are a lot of other flows here that you can say that I only add the brake system fluid, don't add the other items, or remove some of those mandatory items you cannot remove. Now that it identified that, it also identified that, like, there is that my preferred dealer automatic about what's my preferred date? Sometime after March 27th or 26th. So this is a feature that they didn't have in their current workflow, that they could not give a time. It's just like, pick from one of the three options, and then there is no going back and forth and all that stuff, right? And that's what happens here with respect to the schedule. And while we are waiting, let's go back to the flow itself. And you can see that in that flow, it does get the schedule from the dealers. Sorry, and that was in the other window, the lineage that we were talking about. There, by then I've gotten a message, but anyway, let's look at this. And here you see that the auto dealer to the dealer schedule that is got from here. And once that is there, it presents the information based on what I asked. It says it found an available slot on April 1, because I asked after March 26th. I said, in this case, I can say, sure, I can schedule this appointment, or I can say that, can you find something on March 25th or something like that. So you can go back and forth. I'm just going to show you a vanilla flow. And there are other features. Once this schedule is confirmed, you can cancel, you can come and reschedule. All of those options are available in this flow, but you can see that it has been successfully scheduled at this time, and it will be following up with my other digital touch points like email and things like that. And this is a simple flow. While it looks simple, there's a lot of orchestration that's going on underneath. Let's go back now and look at one of the functions that we have used here. And this is basically finding the dealer by location, and that's how, like, it was able to find the right dealer, that we are able to get that information. And one other thing I wanted to show is in the WhatsApp based integration. So, and you can see that the WhatsApp chatbot that we are chatting with is this one. And you can try it here also, but, like, this is using the Gemini 2.5 Flash underneath the chatbot that we had customized for this purpose. Go back here. So we get all these objects, and then for getting the maintenance information, you can see here is where it's getting the information. That was the function, the next regular maintenance information. Once that is all done, get the message data out, and here is the LLM interaction where we are passing all the data, input data from the ontology that I showed you, and then the scheduling logic, and then the output format and things like that. And that is what is passed back. And this is the crucial IP logic function in this whole flow. So hopefully it gives you a flavor of, like, how you can integrate with a channel like WhatsApp, as well as make it personalized along with various steps that I was talking about. One, finding the right dealer data, finding the right services, finding who the customer is. All of this stuff is done in this manner so that it is seamless for the customer. So with that, if you are interested to know more about like how to do this for automotive or other scenarios, reach out to our team and at palantir@objectedge.com, and we'll be happy to help you. Thanks.